I like to win, and I'm an athlete. So winning is important to me. And I know that winning results are important to the client. So it's that competitive edge that I yearn for in the practice of law. Let me take on this challenge. Might not make sense all the time to do it, but there's sort of a little bit there that I think, we can move this way or that way, and let's see what the result is. If you're willing to, go on the journey with me as a client, I'm willing to, as you hear some of these attorneys say, fight for you. But I like to win. I like that sense of justice. And going back to the question of what brought me here to the practice of law, I would have to say it was my mother and my father. As she mentioned, my dad was an entrepreneur. My mother's an entrepreneur. She started this practice before I, graduated and came on as an attorney. But my dad had an automotive repair business. And I would go out early on Saturday mornings at 5:30, 6 o'clock with him to the junkyard. And we would, strip cars, take parts, bring them back, work on cars. And, he would always tell me, you know what? You better stay in school. You don't want to have to be turning a wrench all your life. Not that it was a bad thing to do, because that's what we did. I mean, most of my family, we work with our hands, and we do a darn good job of it, between automotive repair, body and fender work, farming. And so when my mom moved into this career change, it really changed the perspective and vision for me. I got here because he was a mechanic, she was an attorney, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Most of the kids I went to high school with.
Evelyn, just speak right now. Whatever's on your mind, just speak.
I am just so touched. I'm looking for a tissue box. Because to know that, to hear Mark speak brings into recall of what my husband and I always dreamed for, which was to, through our joint efforts of working together, that our children would see what we've done and hopefully use that as a model, that we could be role models for them in their everyday lives in terms of how they treat people, but what they may want to do in life with their lives. And I've heard this before from Mark, but every time I hear it, it does bring tears to my eyes to know that he gathered from each of us things that made him want to model his life and go forward with. And he's so true. I mean, his father was so gifted and skilled and talented in terms of how he dealt with things in such a precise, precision way. He was an aircraft mechanic and then an auto mechanic. He could actually fix anything. His sister would say when she was a young child, she would bring all of her friends' little broken baby dolls over to the house, and she says, my daddy can fix it because he's Mr. Fixer. He can fix anything. And he really would. He would put the dolls back together again, just like he'd put airplanes back together for Northrop Grumman and Martin Marietta, where he worked as an aircraft mechanic when he came out of the Army. And with me, with the books and the academic side, we made a great team. And to hear Mark speak of this, I see it coming together in such a beautiful way for me, and I'm the beneficiary of the great attorney that he is. I couldn't ask for a better law partner.